Hello.
Hello.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter.
I'm amazed we've got so many people on. I thought there would be lots of people away.
Yes. Oh, we're lucky. We got such beautiful people jumping in with us all the time. Happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah. Gail, Ollie's flat out like a cat.
He is home. Yeah, he's home. He is on some very strong painkillers, and right now he's upstairs, sprawled out, having the time of his life. But the good news is he is home. So, yes, thank you for all the lovely messages. Also, like this has been probably one of the hardest weeks of my life, which actually comes up with the topic that we're talking about, the challenges and the energy stuff that's going on. But he's home, and I'm very excited.
Hi, Marie. You're chatting. Yay. We can see you in chat again. Awesome.
And you've got the right day.
And the right day.
Marie was super excited and thought she'd jump on last night.
And we weren't there.
We got on. So it's so lovely to be able to spend some time with you all on Easter. I hope you've had a nice weekend, long weekend so far, everybody.
Now, love your bunny ears, Kerrie.
Well, I thought, we want to talk about staying in high energy and having fun. So I just thought I'd wear my bunny ears. My little white fluffy top, see?
Hi, Les. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the meditation tonight. And I'm going to try and play some music behind it. Good luck to me, please, because I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I've actually done this one before, or a variation on it before. And this was a request from somebody. She asked me if I would do it again, because when I did it the first time, things changed for her. So she asked if I could do it again for her. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I need you all to put your big girl pants on, because we're going to ask you to come on screen with us. Kerrie will talk about that when we come back. So to get you all in the mood for that, to get you all relaxed and laid back like Ollie without the morphine, we'll do the meditation. Awesome. And we'll see how we go.
Awesome.
So
just a quick shout out. Hi, Maria Cuccinotto. So lovely to see you on here tonight and reconnecting with you. And we really want to get you on as our guest soon. So just no pressure. Just throwing that out there while I see you.
Yeah. Hi, Maria. It was nice to get your message.
Yeah.
We lost you for a little while because Facebook chucked you out, but you're back again, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was a real request. That's an actual.
It's a genuine request. Someone stole her account. All those years of her hard work. It's
gosh, terrible. I had the same thing happen a few years ago, but I think before we get the meditation, there was a reason for it, and it was a big cull. It was a big cull of people I actually didn't need in my life, but it's not fun when it actually happens.
No. Yeah. So really glad to be able to connect again. Hi, Joe. Okay, everybody, back to you, Annie. Let's do this meditation.
Okay. So let me see if I can make this happen. Okie dokie. Sit still, feet on the floor, eyes closed. Breathe in and tighten up all of your muscles. And as you breathe out, relax, drop your shoulders, let your face go soft, and let everything go. Scan your body as you breathe in and relax any part of you that feels tight as you breathe out. Come with me on a journey and focus on my voice. Imagine yourself at the top of a mountain. You are looking down into the valley where everything is lush and green. The sun is shining and a gentle breeze is lightly blowing. As you sit there, a cloud comes up behind you and picks you up. The cloud floats you over the valley, and you can see green fields and a lake below you. Your cloud takes you higher and higher, up through the clouds, up through the atmosphere, up, 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 above the clouds. Up ahead, you see a beautiful white building, and your cloud moves you towards it. As it comes closer, your cloud gently places you on the steps of the building. At the top of the stairs is a beautiful stained glass door. The pinks and blues and greens and colors of the door shimmer in the sunlight, sending rainbows across the steps. As you walk through the colors, the doors swing open and you walk into a beautiful room. As you look around the room, people begin walking towards you. They are smiling and so happy to see you. You find yourself surrounded by all your family and friends and your pets who have passed over. Your guides and angels are standing behind them, smiling with joy. I will leave you here to spend some time with these people and come back for you shortly. It's time to come home now. You hug and kiss everyone and thank them for being with you. They walk you to the door and you walk back down the steps where your cloud is waiting for you. You rest gently on your cloud and it floats you slowly back down to your home. You feel the chair beneath you and your feet on the floor. You are filled with love and a sense of peace, knowing you can visit again anytime you choose. Wriggle your fingers and toes, and when you are ready, open your eyes.
It's lovely, Annie. Thank you.
Wow.
My pleasure.
What a nice journey.
Tracy's relaxed and calm.
Yeah.
I think the rest of them are sleeping. They haven't come back yet.
Thank you, Annie. There's Amanda. Very nice. There's Maria. And Joe has a cat named Ollie, also named.
Love that.
So special. Sue. Hi, Sue. Lovely
Hi,
to see
Sue.
you on here.
Lovely Sue.
That was nice. That was a lovely journey, Annie.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Myrtle just about asleep. I loved it. My voice puts a lot of people to sleep. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Anyway.
It's that total state of relaxation, which is really good, just to be able to slow down for a moment, experience the moment.
Esther, why do you ask that question? I'm just curious because there was a lot that happened in that for me. Like it's only 10 minutes, but wow.
Yeah.
I don't even have time to explain it tonight what happened, but it was beautiful. I'll message, but there was. I actually saw the people as energy. So
yes.
When they were coming forward, I actually saw them. It was beautiful colors and energy. But then there was some more that was beautiful. So.
And Tracy's puppy.
There you go. We'll have a chat.
Yes, reunion with them. Yes, yes.
Yeah, like your pets play such an important part in your life. And, you know, they're here for a short time, but while they're here, it's that unconditional love that you get. So it's important to know that they'll be waiting for you with waggy tails and cheeky faces when you cross over to join them.
Yeah. So that's really lovely. So guys, getting into tonight, we're getting brave. What we're going to do is we'll be sharing a guest link in the chat shortly. When we share that, you can actually use that link to click on it, and it means that you'll come out of where you are now. You should mute that if you can, and you'll be able to jump on with us live on the panel. Now, what we'd like to ask everyone is understand sometimes internet connection can be dodgy, but when you first come back in, you'll come in what they call backstage, and we'll be able to see you. Please leave your camera on at that point so we can see you are who you say you are initially. If you do have a dodgy internet and it's cutting in and out, you can turn your camera off when you're on the actual panel. But honestly, be brave. We'd love to see your beautiful faces on there too. And we're asking everyone just to share their experience of the energy shift so far. And I think we've all had, well, I've certainly had some interesting experiences. And it's interesting because that first meditation that we did for the equinox was all about grounding, you know, feeling that grounding, feeling our connection to everything else, you know, all of life. And then Annie did the beautiful silver one, which was all about the protection of our energy. And of course, shortly, Nate's going to be doing the gold one. So he's going to be bringing in that beautiful higher energy connection. And all of that's great. But I think, and Annie sort of mentioned this too, was that a lot of things are going to be going on in the world. And our job, right, right, is to stay above that, to just observe it, don't absorb it. Stay in the higher energy. And I was definitely put to the test, although my guides told me that was just a little test. Just before we went to the gathering last month, where I had a series of events occur that, you know, long story short, I went through a car wash. My side mirror was out. I quickly put the window down to flip it back in, but I turned the car off, so I ran out of the power in the car, and so I couldn't get the window back up. And in trying to turn the car back on to turn the window back up, I had the suds pouring straight through the side of the window. So for the person actually watching it on the cameras, it would have been hilarious. But I had suds in my ears, down my hair, all over me, and I was going to the gathering, so I was wet and sticky. And it was just, oh. And normally I'd think, no, got to go home, got to get the stickiness off me, and then I'll go to the gathering. But I knew I'd be late, and I was also picking the beautiful Gail up on the way. So I thought, no, doesn't matter. I'll dry. I'll be sticky. We're going. It's okay. I'm just going to laugh this off. Stupidity, right? So off I went to pick Gail up and told her, you might want a towel. The seats are a bit wet. So she did that. And off we went. And as we're turning from her place on a right-hand turn, so you're just accelerating as you're going through that turn, there was a man on the side of the road. He didn't have shoes on. He didn't have a shirt on. And just in my mind, I'm thinking, he's going to run out in front of the car. And I'm so glad I listened to it, because I didn't just back off the accelerator as you would to lose some speed. I actually started to hit the brake. And sure enough, and Gail's on here too, she was sort of witness to all of this, he ran straight out in front of the car. And if I hadn't have just listened to that instinct, it would have been a disaster. And normally something like that would really shake me. I'd be going, oh, that's two things in a row. Maybe I'm not meant to be at the gathering today, or maybe it's thrown my energy, and maybe I shouldn't be going because I don't want to drop everyone else's energy. But instead of that, I thought, no, it was a really good thing that I actually listened to that instinct. I said to Gail, yep, you just had a death wish, but we're not playing, stay in that higher energy. Then we got onto the highway. And as we were on the highway, so we're doing 100 Ks at that point, just out of nowhere in the fast lane, in the right-hand side lane ahead of us, this kookaburra flies down. And for those of you who know, they know that the kookaburra is a totem animal for me. Very special animal for me. And it flew down and landed in that right-hand side lane ahead. And a car hit it. So I saw this poor kookaburra sort of flapping and obviously hurt from being struck by this car. And, of course, your instinct is, I want to pull over, I want to help this kookaburra, but I'm looking beside me, I'm looking in the rear vision mirror, and just cars for days, all doing 100 Ks, and there was just no way I could stop. And I said, well, kookaburra, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Don't stay there, go. This is what I'm saying in my head, go with love and light, And I'm thinking, well, that's the third thing. And normally that's three things that would have rattled me, and I would have gone, yep, I don't know, Gail, I don't know if I can take you. You might have to ring Sophia and see if she can pick you up and take you because, I don't want to bring everyone's energy down. But instead of doing that, I went, no, it doesn't matter what happens externally. I'm not going to allow my energy to drop. So I went wet, I went sticky. Sorry, everybody, you got hugged with my stickiness. I shared it around a little bit and I shared the story with you all. And later that night, obviously, we had our live stream and we were doing the full readings night. And then later on, I was thinking, wow, so many things that normally would have got me really anxious would have really hit my anxiety button and would have hit me very emotionally. And my guide said, oh, well done, staying above it, observing it, not absorbing it. But this is just the beginning. A lot is going to be thrown at us all in the coming months. And then a couple of days after that, I saw a meme that came up that said, observe it, don't absorb it. And I shared that, I think, in our chat group and on my page. And I think that's something that we've got to be aware of, and what you were talking about too, Annie. So my experience has really been stay in the shift, stay in the energy that we're reaching to. Notice what's going on around you, but don't allow it to impact your energy. So thoughts for you, Annie? What's been going on for you?
I've been really, really busy. And I had a list about my list. And I had so many things to do that I thought, this is overwhelming. And then I just thought, just do it. And what's been happening to me is I'm losing time, completely losing time. If I've got, I had maybe 20 things on the list. And if I've got lots and lots of things to do, time seems to just slow down.
Yeah.
And I get through it all. And then I've got time to spare at the other end. And if I've got nothing to do, time just seems to go really fast. I'm also totally off the planet. I am just away with the fairies. Literally, all day Thursday, I wasn't even in my body. I was flittering around and it was just the most bizarre feeling. And I thought, well, shall I ground myself? And then I thought, nah, bugger it. I'm just going to stay here. I like it. It's just weird. It's just really, I'm not sleeping. I'm probably getting about 4 hours sleep a night and I'm not tired. I just get up and I'm like the Energizer Bunny. I should have put my ears on.
You should be wearing the ears.
Because it's just weird. And, same as you, Kerrie, nothing's upsetting me. I've hate don't give a shit. It's like, oh, that happened.
Yep, the F bag's empty, right, Bubble Girl?
Yeah. I've given my last F. It's off, it's popped with love and light. And nothing is, and my sleep was nice, Esther, yeah. I lie there and I think, will I get up? And then I think, I can't be stuffed. I'll just lie here.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, and then it's weird.
Yeah.
I honestly, see, if I was on drugs, I would really be enjoying this, because that's how I feel. I just feel like I am totally away with it. I've gone back to the 70s,
Yeah.
feeling like I'm loving people.
Yeah. Well, what
Away
did
with
you
the
say
fairies.
before? You feel strange and you like it?
I love it. I love it. It's glorious. It's like, yeah, whatever. It'll happen. You know, I had to go to the shops yesterday. The bloody shop was shut that I needed. And I did a lap of the car park.
Yeah.
And instead of getting, you know, upset, I just thought, oh, well, there's other shops.
Yeah.
The car park I went off a road.
It's a whole new level of go with the flow.
Yeah. You know, like, you have a choice. You know, you can be a rock or you can be water.
Mm-hmm.
And rocks are immobile suckers, you know. But water, it just moves. And I'm a Pisces. So, you know, I'm just drifting like water. Sometimes really slowly, sometimes really
Interesting thing
fast.
with water, Annie, is that of course water you'd consider as soft, right? It goes with the flow, it just moves around any obstacle in its way. But water also has a strength to it.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, as it hits the rocks, it starts to erode away the rock as well. So it also has a strength to it as well. But it's a subtle, gentle strength.
If you also think about water, this is what I've been thinking about water a lot lately, because water in its wet form, I'm not even going to talk technically, it evaporates, it becomes a different form, and then it forms clouds, and then it comes back to the earth. So that's how like fluid, which is like versatile, adaptable water is. Water actually just goes. It literally just goes. So you know, it could be in a stream, it could be in an ocean, it could be wherever, but the water changes and adapts. And when you are in the flow, and that doesn't just mean in the water, like that's when you can get your mind and body and mind into that sort of thing. You can stay in this flow, and that's when you can let go of expectations. And that's when you let go of expectations, whatever the universe starts to throw at you. And we have been tested lately. Like Kerrie, you were tested the other week. I've been tested this week when I lost my cat. But when you in the flow and you can go with it, and it's such a great feeling. And then when you can learn how to stay there, that's. And I think when you start to stay in that higher frequency, you don't get as much sleep, because you don't need as much sleep. I think when you need sleep when you need to rest and recharge and all that sort of. But when you start to a higher level, or you're actually going up there, we are divine beings. Like when we're out of this, we are energy. We are connected to source. We don't sleep when we're out of this body. Sleep is a physical human experience. So that's it. But I just wanted to say what I found like this week. I've been, like they say, the higher you go, the bigger the test. And this week when I lost Ollie, my cat, big test. But one thing that that kept me in the flow was I was getting like little reminders all the time that he would be okay. And so I was at work and I was in a meeting and I opened my notebook and the first thing I saw, I'm probably going to not be able to see it, but it actually says for Ollie. And it was a little note that somebody had popped into the letterbox for him ages and ages ago. But as soon as I opened my notebook and I saw this and it said for Ollie, I knew I was going to find him, and he was not dead. He was going to come back home. And that is what was like those little signs. When you can hook into those signs, that's what I've been really noticing lately too. Is like you really need to just pay attention to what the universe is giving you. It's testing us, but you can when you take a step back and you just, you know, like Annie was saying, like you the flow and whatever. And Kerrie, like hearing that story and being able to observe and not absorb, it makes such a difference. And I feel like with these changes that are happening, the tests that we've been given, it's a real testing time. And I'm really grateful. I'm actually really grateful to have these lessons, because I feel it just, you know, it feels like, I feel like I can be still at that frequency.
And Les said something earlier, like it's getting us to practice staying in that higher energy. He might come on with the guest link and actually explain it. Recalibrate our lives in the light with the sequential changes. Test ourselves to maintain those higher energies and not need to disconnect all the time, to stay connected. I think that's so important. And Jo, I'm really glad that resonated, sharing that resonated for you, because yeah, I think it's something that we hopefully we can all take on board as a tool. And Sue said something else as well. So hopefully what we're sharing. What I also wanted to share, I'm about to share the guest link because I'd really love you guys on to come on and share what you've been doing. But before I do that, my nephew Shanae, he and his beautiful partner, my nephew James and his beautiful partner Shanae, they also run their own healing ceremonies and different things called Sacred Medicine. And I saw that she had actually, unbeknownst to the question that we were about to put out there, had posted something about how she felt with the lunar energy shift. So I sent her a message and said, I know you're camping, but if you get this, can you let me know if it's okay if we share it with everyone? Because guess what? We're opening up to ask everyone what their experiences are, and you answered the question without me asking it. So hold on to your hats, guys. I just want to share this one with you because I think this may resonate with some of you as well. And I think it also gives us a bit of a lead in to where else we're heading with this. So bear with me. I'm about to add this to stage and let you hear this one.
Hello. This lunar eclipse is so potent and strong, and the energy is just, I don't know about anyone else, but it's calling me deep, deep into rest, into these really soft, restful, nurturing sessions when I'm journeying into one-on-ones, and really deeply feeling the initiation to show up in a really deep sacred state within self, within partnership, within connection with the elements, with the rain, with the earth. And this rest is calling us in to end with this closing ceremony of what has been, to honor what has been and to embrace what is to come here in the present now, and to fully be here in this present state, this frequency of being so deeply in the center, in our anchor, anchoring the frequency, staying grounded, and just feeling the waves and noticing the shifts. And leading into this eclipse has felt like a massive rebirth, a death for some, a death for many. And it's that releasing of attachments and releasing of the old. And sometimes that can feel really confronting and really debilitating and isolating. But this is the medicine in this moment where we release and we let go to create space for the new, for renewal, for revitalizing, for the birth of new beginnings.
There you go. What did you think of that, guys?
This is interesting because I've been doing readings this week, and nearly every single person that I've read for this week is starting a new chapter, reinventing yourself, and rebirth. And it's a recurring theme. It's just coming up again and again and again.
And the same with me. I think everything she was saying, like if we're letting go, this is the time to let go of stuff. And that's what the energy is wanting us to do. It's wanting us to let go of stuff that we're holding on to, because what is the purpose of us holding on to stuff? It's giving us a chance to let it go. And that this powerful energy at this moment is giving us the chance to cut those cords so we can expand. And I think that's a real like a really interesting point, is between like healing and growth. And when and a lot of people are also at the point they've done the healing work, they've cut a lot of these cords and they're ready for growth. And I think that's also what some people are maybe a little bit restless about, is that sort of starting to push forward. They're ready to move forward, and that's what we're moving into within the solar eclipse as well. So that rest is really important as we start to move into this new phase where we're actually going to be growing because we've done the work.
Yes. Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? And I just thought, wow, how uncanny, how coincidental, which you all know I don't believe in coincidence, that she actually answered the question without even realizing that's what she was answering. Thought that was awesome. So thank you, Shanae, for allowing us to share that tonight. Okay, guys, here we go. Who's going to be brave? Out in chat right now is a guest link. Let's see who's going to click on this guest link and come and join us to share their experience. How are you going? What do you have been? Have you had any epiphanies? How are you feeling as you're moving through the shift? All of those things. So we're going to open it up and see who would like to jump on and join.
We might need some like music while we wait for people to.
Oh dear. So we'll see you jump in backstage. Come on, AJ. Come on, Les. You guys are used to hitting these links. Come on, Gail.
I'm surprised Gail's not already in there. I'm serious. But I know she hasn't been well.
Maybe she's not going to be seen on camera tonight. I'm in my jammies and I'm more comfortable.
And this is a really good opportunity to test yourself, like to say, how am I going to break out of some of the ruts, or how am I going to make some positive change, like push yourself a little bit to come online. It can be scary to do something like this, but I think it's a really good opportunity if that's where you're maybe being challenged to click the link to see if you can yeah. Okay. But we want to hear about the energy shift because we talk about it a lot, and it's just really nice to hear other perspectives as well.
Absolutely. There you go. I've just posted it again. And in the interim, I'm just going to pull this up. So Shelley's saying, yes, I'm letting most of my possessions go mentally. Can't do physically because of her back. It isn't the best. But she's preparing to jump out at Alice very shortly. Yes. And so many people are making these decisions about where they want to be and in the space that they want to be in. I'm hearing that a lot lately. And we've got Joe, yes, letting go big time. I've been cutting cords. Yeah, exactly. It's interesting because Nate, Nanny and I were sort of chatting earlier today, and I said, hey, guys, there's one more energy shift coming on the 21st of April after the solar eclipse, which is the gold energy that's coming in. On the 21st of April, a comet is going to be passing through. And again, I don't believe in chance or coincidence. This comet, it does have a serial number name, and it's one that comes through on a cyclic basis, I think, every 71 years. Don't quote me on that. I might have the number of years right. But it's called the Devil's Comet. And I said to Nate and Annie, this is the final chance to purge. That's going to be the final shift of, let's bring in some negative energy. Let's test everyone. Can they stay in that right energy? And it's the final purge for us to let go anything that no longer serves us and remain in that higher energy. So we might do something special for that as well. Yeah, Devil's Comet. That's it,
okay.
AJ.
Stop talking.
Okay.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Unmute, Karen.
Hello, how are you going?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Listen, I had an epiphany the other day, and I was standing in a queue at the bank ATM machine, and I was thinking, that doesn't happen anymore. We're all normally just click and go, and I'm thinking, this is wasting time. I should be busy. I should be doing this and that sort of thing. And my epiphany was, I was just standing there thinking, hang on, this is the time that I can be in the stillness, because technology hasn't helped us. It's sped things up. So we're constantly moving. So standing in a queue was actually a fantastic thing to just stand in the moment. And I'm just like, we don't do that anymore.
Did you just go, when you had that epiphany? Did you just...
I did. I know. It was just like, wow, just having that minute to myself.
Yeah.
Because we just don't get that anymore because everything's speeding up, I've found, and because technology helps us.
Yeah.
So we're doing things a lot more. We're not stopping. We're not taking a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So having to stop and wait in a queue was actually breathing space.
You know what else I love about that, Karen? Thank you for sharing that. Is people are actually withdrawing money. They're withdrawing cash.
Yes. That's what I was doing. Yes, that's what I was doing.
I'm just going to cheer that on because I think part of the shift that we're going through is the breakdown of all the old systems. Instead of having, should I say this, structures telling us what we can and can't do, that they have a lesser intrusion in our lives and they're there to just look after the common good rather than tell us what to do because we can't make proper decisions for ourselves.
Exactly right.
So the more that, cashless or the digital ID, etc., everything that's moving to, the more that control is there.
Yeah.
So what I love about that as well is, one, the epiphany of just taking the moment and not letting that. See, there you go, observing, not absorbing, and just appreciating it.
Yes.
Also, yay, go people.
Exactly. Exactly right.
That's awesome. Oh. Hey, Gail. Oh. Hey, Vanessa.
Hello.
Hey, Gail. Hey, Vanessa.
So exciting to have everyone on with us.
Oh, hey, Vanessa. I'm going to go the other way because you're over there.
And he's
Sophia. Oh, my God.
Sophia. Hello. So you've heard me talk about you before.
Yeah.
So nice to see you two together. So, Gail, what's been happening with you?
Oh, I've been I haven't had any trouble at all with all the equinox and the eclipse. And I got through the lunar eclipse really, really, really good. But then we had the weather change, the temperature change, and Easter week and the rain. And I've ended up with a bit of a flu virusy thing. So I've gone back to basics and taking advantage of Easter weekend and resting and going and talking to my bees and playing with the cat. So just taking it easy and listening to what's being said.
You've been so busy, Gail, lately. You've been so busy, learning and da-da-da-da-da-da. It might even be your body's way of just saying to you, just stop. Just stop.
And
actually take some of that stuff in.
At the same time, I've got the next 4 weeks to stay in this mode as well, in a way, because I've got a very busy 3 weeks at the end of the month. I've got the Humana, and I've got a special reading and healing combined, and then I've got retreat. So a really special 3 weeks coming up. So I'm going to listen to everything and make sure I rest before all this comes up.
Yes. And sometimes the universe forces us to do it so that we're ready, They force that. Thank you, Gail. I love you guys sharing what Karen's been sharing and Gail's experience. Vanessa.
Hello, everyone.
So beautiful to see you.
We love Vanessa.
See your beautiful face.
I'm just about bouncing through to the screen to you. So this is so exciting. I just wanted to quickly go and get dressed before I come on screen. That's why I was taking a while. And then I was just I'm kind of like Annie, the same thing. It's just been literally just not really needing much sleep, but still just beyond energized bunny, and just just bouncing around like a live wire, trying to pick seems lots around have not been fortunate to have that energy, so I suppose I'm trying to give them some zap and spark.
That's awesome.
Kind of feel good.
That's good. Yeah, Annie, you can totally relate to that, can't you? Flying high, above it all.
Off the planet and loving it. Thank you, Vanessa.
When you
Hello.
were saying it was exactly thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Hello, beautiful Maria. How are you?
Oh, unmute.
Unmute yourself, Maria.
That's,
Hit your microphone.
I've
Okay,
done
I'm
it for you.
unmuted.
I've done it for you.
Yeah. Yay.
We gotcha.
How are you? How have you been going?
Well, like I said, yeah, I don't know if there's a delay or something, but yeah, I got hacked late last year on Facebook, so I lost everything.
Yeah.
I lost all my friends. Well, I didn't lose them, but lost contact with them. Lost access to my business pages. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
But I decided to just sit back and just allow it.
Mm-hmm.
As Nate said, I agree. I think it happened for a reason. So yeah, I recently just rejoined, and I'm feeling pretty good actually.
That's it. This whole, just observe it, don't absorb it. This is what's happening. But gee, I feel for you and your ability to step up over that, because you shared some of the most beautiful work around divine feminine on your business page. And I loved listening to your lives and everything that you were sharing with everyone. So that's why I was saying, Annie and I really want to get you on here as a guest presenter so you can talk about divine feminine. So we really want to get you on for a major show topic soon too. But
can I just say one thing? Can I just jump in there, Maria? When you lost everything, how well done for you for stepping back and actually just letting it happen. Because when it happened to me, the same thing happened. I lost Facebook, I lost Instagram, I lost Messenger, I lost WhatsApp. Every single thing that I connected with people was gone. And I could have been could have lost my SHI. Whatever, but I actually stepped back, and I think the same as you, realized that there were people that were maybe taking energy from me, and I could actually cut the cord and actually start fresh. So even it's a fresh start, but good on you for not letting it pull you down and actually coming back and going, right, let's keep pushing forward. And I think that's a real little testament to you. So I'll accept your friend request now. I know it's you. But I know that a lot of people will be getting those friend requests from you thinking, oh, it's a scammer. And it's actually you, because the same thing happened to me. So, yeah. So, and you also realize that a lot of people on Facebook, they use fake names and everything. And if you haven't got that in your head, I lost a lot of friends who are really good friends to me, but I actually didn't know their names. I actually just knew them as the psychic insider or flame person or whatever, but because they weren't using their real names on. And so I realized all of those connections were lost too. And so bit by bit, the ones that were really important to me came back. So the ones that will be important to you will come back too. So
the
there.
ones that are vibrating at the same energy you are right now, and who we're meant to be attracting into our soul tribe. So proud of you for just staying above all of that and getting back in there.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Yeah, and you guys are absolutely right, because during that, and I suppose, just reaching out to you, Kerrie and Nate and Annie, and I can't say I wasn't before, but I'm going to be far more selective with who I connect with, because I think perhaps I wasn't before. And something I've really got to share, and I'll get into the longer story when I come on your lovely live stream. But by sitting in that, stepping back, I've recently found out that on my mother's side, which I didn't know, literally up until a week ago. On my dad's side, I'm Sicilian, right? But on my mother's side, I'm Scottish Irish.
Ooh, yay! Yay! Another one.
And it's just, and you know what? Not knowing that side of my family, there was always, you know, mum was born here, but not knowing her heritage, I always felt a little bit kind of lost around that. But now knowing, and through my friend doing the whole ancestry thing, I don't know, I just feel so tall and happy.
Yeah.
And I suppose what was before is now very different. So I was meant to almost be white clean in a way
Yeah.
because this new information has come into my life. So yeah, I thought Annie would find that a bit of a hoot.
Yeah. No, I'm watching this thing called High Country, and it's an Australian series. Oh, we've lost Shelley Belly. It's an Australian series. She's back. And the lady who's the main character, she's part Indigenous, and she's with an Indigenous man who's a tracker who takes her to see this lady, Indigenous lady. And she said to her, where's your mob? And she said, I don't know. She said, my mum's Australian, but my mum's whatever. But it was my father's side who was Indigenous, and he left when I was very young. And this lady said to her, if you don't know who your mob is, you don't know who you are. And I thought, that's really true. You need to know who you belong to. It's that sense of belonging, you know. And I think that's really important that you've found that now.
Yeah.
And that you'll be able to investigate that and maybe take that another step, you know, because you need to know, like I'm 100% Scottish. Like there's no DNA. I'm 100% Scottish beef. There's not another bit of DNA in my body except Scottish. I wanted to be a Viking. Like desperately wanted to be a Viking. And apparently I'm not. You know, Scottish. Like, go figure. My son did it too. He did the DNA test. His father, Tannehill, was my son's original name, and his father was Welsh. And my son was 98% Scottish and 2% Welsh, and he was ropeable. Mum, I want you to be exotic as well. Sorry. Sorry, mate. You can't be exotic. You're 98% Scottish, 2% Welsh. Live with it.
But there's such a spiritual background to, you know, the whole now Celtic. Am I saying that right? Because you get me in trouble.
Yes, we're saying it right.
To the Celtic heritage as well, you know. So you can see a lot of where that, you know, cell DNA and even the spiritual and energetic DNA is coming from. Yeah. Which is awesome.
Miss Shelley. Unmute yourself, my lovely.
Love you, Shelley. Oh, thank you. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Not bad. As you can imagine, I'm flying with the energy. My clients have been commenting, my God, how many coffees have you had? And I said, I'm actually not having any because I'll be, you know, won't feet on the ground. But yeah, I did have a couple of coffees today, and it doesn't make any difference.
You know, Shell, for you to be in that space after all of the shit that you've been through, like the last 12 months for you have just been, it's been like body blows. It's just been one thing after the other. Bang, challenges. Bang. Literally challenges one after the other. And, you know, you're living somewhere that you don't particularly like. And the pictures you put up the other day were very, very beautiful. And the flip side of that is what's happening in your little community is not beautiful at all, you know. But for you to manage to have got above that and be focusing on, you know, your trip and the, you know, the things that are coming up and the retreat and all that kind of stuff, that's a huge jump, you know. Like some people have to have done maybe a little step up because they were okay in the first place and they've just gone up a level. But for you, it's been bloody monumental. It's been a huge leap. I am so proud of you for what you've managed to get yourself to, because last year it was just absolute hell on earth.
Yeah.
And it's like I've stepped back and I'm not going to let this do this to me anymore. And that's awesome and amazing. You're awesome, Shell.
Yeah.
Shelley's a fighter. Like she's a fighter. You just keep going. You never give up, Shelley.
No, sometimes I go a bit quiet, but I don't let the bastard get me down. You know? And that's what a lot of people say why they like me being their carers, because I see the shiny side. Like, if their dog died, I'll say, oh, well, at least the angel of death didn't come for your kids or something, like I see the dog, although we all love dogs, but you know what I mean. There's always a brighter side if you're willing to look for it. Same with Alice, with all this stuff that's going on. We have to go through this to get to where it needs to be. The people are seeing that the government really let them down. Not the people. We're not racist or sexist or whateverist. It's the way the policies are written, and it just doesn't support communities. So communities are starting to, realise that. And when it's obvious, like for the last 2 years, it's been obvious to us that we're not protected and we're not valued. Nobody. It's just, and now the rest of the world's hearing about it. They're like, well, how the hell do you live like that? But, well, we haven't got any choice. This is the way the law's written.
Yeah. And that's it. I'm sort of getting excited, to be honest, Shelley, when I think of the old structures breaking down and a new energy coming in that, raises people up instead of dragging them down, and what potentially that can mean for everybody. I actually am getting really excited about this new energy coming in and what it can mean.
Well, people in the community, when I talk to them, it's not just rah about a certain group of people. It's like, okay, well, actually, if I think of myself at that age, I don't blame them. What have you got kids that can't go home? They're at home, they can't live out in their community, they're in danger there, so they wander the street. Well, the government's thrown $200 million at Alice Springs. Why isn't there somewhere for the kids to go?
Yeah. And that's got to be the question, right? And as we see things break down and those support systems going to where it really needs to go to, like I keep thinking, won't it be great when charities actually become charitable again?
Yeah.
But anyway, so I think this is where we're heading.
It was the churches when I grew up here. People belonged to a church and they would help each other. Now I think they've got a closed door system. They're like, no, we don't want you mobbing here. I don't know what's going on.
I think part of like building up the new structures, that when the old structures break down, part of our job and everybody who's sort of on this path is to actually be be able to sort of, lift people up so that we can create new ways of being and new ways of building community and new ways of actually being human, because the ways that we've been relying on in the past up until now, they're not working for us because there's too many people, there's too many things in place that aren't working for everybody, that don't have the best interest. But that's where when this energy shift is coming up, our job is to keep pushing this forward to make the world the place that we know it can be, the beautiful place that we know it can be, where there's real connection and real joy and real love and real light. And that's what I think is what's exciting about the solar eclipse is it's a chance to be the light.
I think the thing too is if you let your energy drop, then that's when one thing after another happens to you, because you've dropped into fear or you've dropped into negativity. And if you're in that space, it's really hard to see the good in things. It just feels very much like there's a lot of panic. and there's a lot of fear out there right now. You know, there's a lot of people that are doing it kind of tough, and you can feel that in the air. But a lot of them are doing it tough, and it's like they've dropped their bundle, and they can't seem to lift. You know, like going out in the sun, going for a paddle, playing in the garden. There's a million things you can do that will pick your energy back up again.
I went to Hubby Bay. Yeah, I went to Hubby Bay at the start of this year, and it was I was just told to go, and that's where Vanessa lives.
Yeah.
Now, Vanessa and we spent 3 days in the water from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We were in the water, and we talk about time not existing. Time just stretched out. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It felt like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But what was really beautiful about that is if we could bottle what Vanessa's got, if we could bottle that experience of just getting out into nature, getting out into water, getting out into the sun, getting back into what these gifts, this beautiful planet has to give us, we have much more beautiful place. But I can just say, everyone go to Harvey Bay, spend a day with Vanessa.
You're going to be inundated, Vanessa. We're all coming.
It's like a reset. If you want a reset, just go to Vanessa.
I love Harvey Bay. I've spent a lot of time there.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 years ago, Brisbane flooded, and we were staying up in Harvey Bay, and the sun was splitting the skies, and I was sitting at the pool with my little cocktail, sending photographs to my son, who had buckets in his house catching the water.
And you couldn't get back, could you, Annie? Oh, what a shame. I'm stuck.
I got stuck. And Harvey Bay, it was Maryborough Gympie flooded, so I couldn't drive home. And the lady at the desk is saying, I'm so sorry. And I'm saying, I'm so delighted. This is just glorious. And she said, well, they had to, people who were coming in couldn't get in either. Or we wouldn't have been able to stay because nobody was coming. They just extended our stay. And it was just like, woo, I can't go home. Yay.
When I was leaving Harvey Bay, I was at the airport, and I just went through security, and the alarms went off. And I've never been at an airport where you've actually had to evacuate the airport, but it was like a message saying you are not allowed to leave. Yeah. The whole airport had to evacuate. And I just want to say Ray and Vanessa were both there. Ray was a ray of sunshine as well, but they saw me and they were like, we got more time together. But just that little spark. Like in that moment when people were like, oh, evacuation, oh, this is so annoying, da 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 da. We were like, yay, this is great. We were just spending time out in the grass together, waiting to come back in. But that, that perspective, that changing of perspective, how you see a situation, how you respond to a situation makes a difference to your day.
Yes. And your energy. And your energy.
Also, when I got there, Vanessa was dressed up like a starfish at the airport. Like, oh, and that, seriously, we need more of that. We need more people being themselves, and I think that's where we can move to with this new energy. So.
Oh, I love that, Vanessa. Sophia, you're hiding on the side. Do you have something you want to share with us about the energy shift too, lovely?
I think that goes back to what Karen was saying before with Nate and Vanessa talking about their experience being in the now, taking the opportunity when those little things go awry, but still taking that opportunity to make the best of any circumstance and things like that and having a great time with it.
Yeah.
But for myself, I've certainly been working on making sure that other energy doesn't affect me as much. And certainly, Kerrie, you've probably seen me in the past where I've certainly taken on energy from external sources.
Yes.
But now it's amazing my energy shift, being able to not be affected by that, by other people's energy and what's happening around.
Yeah.
It's incredible because a lot of people on here tonight have been talking about not sleeping and things like that. I'm finding that to my advantage, that I'm not getting a lot of sleep, but I still seem to be able to bound out of bed and have the same energy if I'd had a full night's sleep almost, which is quite unusual. So, yeah, I'm just taking advantage of that and running with it. but and just enjoying what just comes up each day as it presents, which is fantastic. It's a great feeling.
It's really that thing too, Sophia, and we've talked about this before, and I know, Annie, you and I have talked about this also, is that when you're with someone and if you're plugged into that higher energy, then you can allow that to flow through you and across to somebody else. And you can help balance them and lift their energy without depleting yours, which is the difference between that and being a battery pack, where you can just, if you're a battery, you're not plugged in, you get drained from that as well. So that's staying plugged into it and keeping that energy.
Yeah, in my space, that's really, really important because so many people who actually come to see me are like in some kind of schmozzle. They're kind of all over the place, and that's why they've flunked themselves down. They want some clarity or they want some validation or whatever. And I'm thinking about a wee girl that I read for the other day, and she was just completely off the planet, and for good reason, for really good reason, and I can't take on all of their stuff. I just can't, because if I took all that, that's why for me, that silver, my spinning rings every single day, while I'm with them 150%. When they go, they take their stuff with them, or I'll keep it and I'll put it in a box and I'll put it in the cupboard,
Yep.
You can't be responsible
okay.
You need to be able to let them go on their way and do whatever they do with the information you do. And that's up to them, and you've done your job, and then that's really important to keep boundaries.
Really, really important.
Really important.
Yeah.
The silver rings are great.
Yeah. If I took that on, I would just be falling down, I would be absolutely exhausted. And I learned that a long, long time ago. I learned that when I was a community worker. Rani says it absolutely the best. She says she cares enough not to care.
Yeah.
So you care so much while they're there, but when they go, you can drop that, and you don't need to carry other people's stuff. You just, because if you, and that's what happens. So when people come, if you're not in that space or you don't have your protection on, they come, they dump on you, you get all their stuff, they go away feeling fabulous, and you're like a washed out dishcloth.
Yeah,
you've got to remember too. We've all got our soul contracts and soul lessons. So their soul lessons and that's stuff that they need to learn, and it's not what you need to learn. So if you're taking on all their stuff as well as stuff that you've taken on in your own soul contract, like you're taking on its extra stuff, like that's not part. That isn't part of your contract. Yeah. Exactly what you're saying, Annie. Yeah.
So Sophia, that's awesome that you're there now. That you're in that space and you've got that, you've learnt that process of still being, because you're such a beautiful person and you give so much, but you can do it by being plugged in and staying protected. That's just so awesome.
I have to say, this is a really good environment though. What you're offering in the live streams, the community that comes together here has been an inspiration for me personally. It's been fantastic. And I have to also give a plug to Maria as well. If anybody hasn't seen Maria's offerings, they're just simply amazing as well. So, so this community, this environment, I have to say, has been fantastic.
Oh, thank you. We love all of you too. We love every single one of you. And we often, after our live streams, we sit there afterwards and go, did you see how they were chatting back to each other and supporting each other and validating each other and everything in the chat? And we love that, because something we talk about often is the conscious conversation, that instead of thinking about what we're going to say next, that we're really listening to what someone is saying and sending them that good energy, which helps to lift them up and expand on their ideas and concepts. And I think we see it not just in the verbal conversation, but also with what's happening in chat. And we love that, and that's you guys. That's every one of you, that's joining us on here live tonight, everybody in the chat. Like, I'm seeing some beautiful messages in here back and forth to everyone in the chat as well. So just because they haven't been brave enough, I'm going to say, to jump online with us, I'm still watching it happen in the chat. It's just
they
beautiful.
might have technical difficulties. Maybe we'll just put it down
Correct.
to that. Not, yeah.
Correct.
And
honestly, if I was in my pajamas and I didn't have my bunny ears on, I don't know I'd want to be seen on camera either. So good. But yeah, Les is saying, remember to protect yourself each day. I miss doing this and I paid the price. Please cleanse yourself and do your prayer of protection. And now more than ever, everybody, now more than ever, you know, we're being told that lots of things are coming in to test us, test that we're on this path, that we're strong enough to keep this path, and that we will be on this higher energy as all the shifts occur. So thank you for that reminder. Sue's at work hiding.
That's no excuse, Sue. Get on.
All good. Yes, protection is so important. It really is. It really is. And ask and you shall receive. So any way that you do that, it will work for you. I love Annie's spinning rings though, because keeping that silver light is like a mirror. It reflects anything back away from you. But I can just, as we were doing that, Annie, I was seeing everything going ping, ping, ping.
Oh, Kerrie, this is a true story. I had a business, and I was director of a business, and they decided that they were going to investigate us. Hold on a minute till I'm just muting people because I'm echoing. So the federal police and these dudes came up from Canberra, and Paul and I worked together at this time, and I'm upstairs, and I'd been there for 4 hours. And I got to the point where I was feeling really, really sick. And I said to them, look, I've got to go downstairs. I'm going down to, I have to go to the toilet. I'm going downstairs. Downstairs, straight to the cigarettes. And, I'm going to die. And Paul said, have you spun your rings? And I said, no. And he said, spin your rings, you stupid woman. So the stupid woman went, tung, 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 and spun her rings. I went back upstairs, 20 minutes, literally 20 minutes, interview suspended. Why? Because I think I'm going to be sick. I'm feeling nauseous. We need to leave. So as they were firing all that at me, my rings were going ting, ting, ting. Have it back. And off they popped with love and no protection. That was the last we saw of them. So I have like physical proof that works. You know, just take your stuff back. I'm not having it. It's not mine. I don't want it. I don't need it. And like Les has also said, you know, like every day I do it and I protect my car and I protect my puppies and I protect my house and I protect my husband, you know, and I just think it's, and it for me, I usually wear my bracelets because they're a physical reminder of the protection that I have around me. I'm spinning it. You know, and when people are coming in again, the protection is up. So nothing hits me. And that's the thing though, you know, like in shopping centres, people's aura, especially if they're grumpy, they can have this big angry aura. That hits your aura before it hits you. And you're going from there with all that jangly electricity in your aura. You know, so if you're at work and it's somewhere where there's a lot of people, you know, like if you work in community, or if you work in unemployment, one of these places, even if you're in blooming Coles or Woolworths, everybody at the moment is jangly and you're picking up all that energy. So it's really, really important that whatever it is that works for you, whether it's a bubble or corrugated iron fence or jaggy barbed wire, whatever works for you, that you have there. Nate,
I've been trying a shield of invisibility. So I actually put a shield of invisibility. So if I'm in a shopping center and I just don't want to interact with the people's energies, it's like shield of invisibility, shield it. So basically, it's like walking through and whatever is coming at me, it's actually not touching me because I'm actually not there.
Yeah, you know who else does that really, really well, and she's not on screen with us at the moment. You could be, by the way, is our beautiful bubble girl, Colleen. She uses that shield of invisibility really, really well, don't you, Cole?
I think that's where I got the idea from. Maybe it's that you I got the idea from. I did it
from Paul.
I don't remember. Yes.
I made Paul invisible at work.
I made all invisible.
And But he works in fence, and I made him invisible. Nobody will come and annoy you. Nobody will talk to you. Nobody will do the stabby thing.
Yeah.
Just you're invisible. Stay in your space. Don't even lift your head. You know.
Oh, too funny.
See, if anybody here does that wasn't on our wavelength, they would think these people are absolutely bonkers.
And you know what? If anyone directs that, I'm just going to observe it and not absorb it. They can have their opinion. They're welcome to it. I know where we're all at.
Well, see, I would rather be bonkers than miserable. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy with crazy.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about that today. Like all these lessons that we've got to learn, I'd rather learn them with laughter and joy than with like a serious face, because I feel like Source, God, the universal power, would just is wanting us to learn these lessons. But if we can look at it from a positive perspective as well, that will help us move through it faster. If we can have a bit of joy, because we are trying to move through to love, which is the highest frequency. But what's below that? Joy. You know, so having laughter, we could spend like 1 minute a day laughing, like real laughing, and then that just lifts the vibration up to start with. So you know, just doing that is a really good way to protect, because it lifts your energy up to a point where it's going to be protected.
That's true.
And that's it. Have some fun with it. And you know what else I'm loving? I'm loving doing it with all of you. You know, how lucky are we? You know, we all sort of get each other on here, which is just fantastic. It's just awesome. So, guys, we're now hitting sort of the 1.25 hour mark. And so I'm just going to throw it open. Did anyone that's still with us here on the panel want to add anything else before we start to move to finish up? We do have some important things to share with you, though, some sort of notices for you, and I will pull some cards for the collective before we go to. So did anyone though unmute yourself if you like and share a last comment?
No, they're okay.
You're all good. You're all good. Thank you for putting your brave hats on and joining us. Love everything that you've shared with us tonight. So beautiful.
It's good to see your faces. Like, it's good to see your faces and the energy, and just having you here to be part of the conversation. I think it's just made my weekend after the weekend. Yeah. To see
and we should do some more of these general topic chats, I think, in the future. And hopefully more of you will feel like it's good. Jump on, come and have a chat with us. You know, so I think it's so important to share each other's perspectives, and all of you are just have such a beautiful way of looking at things and so much to share with the group that I think we should be doing some more of these. If you'd like to see that in the future, let us know too in the chats.
Kerrie, I've just pulled one of my angel cards.
Oh, beautiful.
I don't know if you can see. Can you see that?
Guys, what I might do is I don't want to be rude, but I'm going to throw people off because that will just make Annie bigger. Is everyone okay with that?
With love and light.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Love you, sure.
Thank you.
See you soon, Shell. Venus.
Okay, Annie, thank you. Sorry, just you're a little bit bigger now. I can see it now.
Look. Do you know what it says?
Beautiful. You're on the right path. Yes. There you go. Everyone.
Woohoo.
That's beautiful. Well, it's funny you say that because while we were doing that and through your beautiful meditation tonight where we got to invite everyone in, I kept hearing use the Spirit Speaks cards, which are these ones here. And with Spirit Speaks, that's sort of allowing our ancestors, loved ones or guides to come in and give us a message. So I'm just going to do a shuffle of those. And when I read with these, they sort of give me a sentence. They sort of give me a pathway. So I'm going to keep pulling till they tell me to stop, right? Okay, we all good? We all good with that? All right. So I'm just going to give a quick shuffle, put the energy in. We're inviting our ancestors, our loved ones in spirit, our guardian angels and angels come through please, for a message for all of us for this period. Okay, let me just put these down, and then I'm going to keep drawing until we stop. Let's see what the first one says. I'll turn it around so you can see it too. Oh, no way. You're on the right path. Keep going. Oh, send you. You can't make this stuff up. They do this to us all the time. We may as well just have one of us read.
Is that the game? Is it Snap?
Snap. Okay. Second one they're telling me to pull. Ooh. There is a magical new beginning coming in for you. There you go.
Wonderful things are coming your way. That's straight off the top.
Okay, next one says, follow the passions right now that glow in your heart. It's there for a reason. Annie.
Trust the process.
Okay, they're still telling me to pull. Here we go with the next one. Watching you on your journey is magical. Believe in yourself because I do. There you go. There's that one. Awesome.
Ask us for help. We are listening.
Okay, they're telling me to pull again. Sorry, got to go again. Listening. You are the light. You are magic, and you have a gift. There you go, everybody. More confirmations for the collective tonight. You are sorry, Annie. I can't read it.
You got this. You got this.
Oh my goodness. There you go. My screen's still a bit tiny. Okay, I'm still being told to pull. Oh, okay. Take a deep breath. The answer you have been looking for is within you. Right? So this is going inside. You're letting everything go.
I've got keep moving forward. Oh, isn't she just glorious? Look at that little lady.
Look at her. She's so cute. I'm just trying to listen. Are they telling me to pull another one, or was that the end of the message?
I'm done.
I'm done. That's it. They said that's it. How'd you go with that? Oh, hang on. Oh. They've just said other cards. Hang on. Which ones? These ones. All right. Bear with me. They've just told me just no more of those ones. They want me to switch. These are the Harmony for Tranquility affirmation cards. So it's like they just want to give us a quick affirmation as well. So let me see what they're going to give us here. Okay. What do you want me to go with? Okay, first one. See that picture there? It says, I release all negativity and embrace a positive mindset. No way. What have we been talking about? Okay, pull again, they're saying. Oh, love is always the answer.
There you go. Highest frequency. Highest frequency.
Highest frequency. And then here we go. This one. Isn't it beautiful? I'm in control of my thoughts and I choose to focus on the positive. So it's telling us we are in control. And again, that comes back to the observe it, don't absorb it. God, I'm loving this. Annie, yours. Hop, skip, jump, have fun. Yes. Yes. Have the fun. And they've said last one. They told me last one. Oh, wow. I'm a powerful creator of my own reality. Yes. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. That's it.
Gold. That's the sun.
Gold. Yes. Go for the gold. That's the next meditation coming. Nate, do you have something that you want to share?
No, I don't have many cards with me, and I'm like, why? I'm feeling like I'm being left out, but I just want to. You can't even see it. Oh, you can't even see it. I was going to give a sneak preview of one of my new cards, but the card I picked just mentally was "Life is Beautiful."
There you go.
You can see that later.
I mean, we know that all of our guides are in synchronicity and they do this to us all the time. They say the same things, but that was just awesome. And I think it's because the energy's so high. All of you guys come on, jumped on, chatted with us, brought the energy even higher with the conscious conversations, both here with us online and in chat. What an incredible synchronicity. So, Nate, did you want to share about what's happening with the gold meditation?
Yeah, so I'm finishing off our trio of meditations, which is the this gold meditation, which aligns with the solar eclipse happening. Now, it happens on the 8th of April in America, and it's kind of leans into the 9th here, and we've been talking about it, me doing this on the 9th, but what I've been told is I'm going to do it on the 8th. So it'll be on the 8th instead of the 9th, but that's great because you can still watch it on the 9th. But what I've also been told is on the 9th, what we really need to do is listen to this bronze, silver, gold in succession on the 9th. So you'll get to see my meditation on the 8th. And then if you really want to take charge and really mark this transition of these three really strong spiritual events, which leads us into the age of Aquarius, which is a really big shift where these structures are going to break down, and these, we're going to really be able to make some of the changes that we've been working on. It's a really exciting time. And you can tell because I'm talking really fast about it. But what's going to happen on the 8th is my meditation. And then on the 9th, we recommend that you do this bronze, silver, gold in succession. Because they're only like 10, 15 minutes each. So it's 45 minutes. And on the 9th, which is just after the solar eclipse is happening, you will really be ready to shed that stuff that you've been holding on to ground yourself, to protect yourself, and to move forward as the shining light that you are.
Sounds awesome.
Keep a lookout on the 21st of April because that's when we've got the Devil's Comet happening. And we're going to do something, Kerrie and I, and Nate, if he's around, are going to do something for the 21st. We thought if the devil's coming at us, he's going down to Georgia. He ain't coming here.
Bring it on. Bring it on, I say.
We're going to connect. We're going to bring in the energy. We're going to connect our energies to raise it even higher and say, off you pop. We'll be spinning those rings. We'll be flashing everything back out, won't we? Keeping ourselves rising high. So that sounds awesome. Fiona, I'm not sure what happened. It was saying your devices weren't connected properly before. We would have loved to have had you on.
Yeah, I did say you had to connect your mic and your camera, but I couldn't get you. I couldn't pick you up.
So hopefully next time. And happy birthday. Wow, your brother on the 9th and your dad on the 21st. Oh, wow. There you go. Beautiful energy. So thank you all so much for tonight, Nate. Thank you for guest hosting with Annie and I tonight. Thank you to all the beautiful people that came on and joined us on the live tonight. So glad to listen to you all and hear all your stories. It's just awesome. And I think we should do more of these. Yeah. I just think it's great. Happy Easter, everybody. Yes, happy Easter, everybody. But I think what we'll do is we'll say good night and we'll catch you back next on the 8th and the 9th.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you soon.